Here in Laguna Beach, drivers are lining up to charge. Will it get better, or will some be left running on sparks? It's been 2 years since the violent death of Tatum Goodwin in Laguna Beach, and the murder trial is still just inching along. New this year, red bags are popping up on meters throughout California. Knowing the ins and outs of daylighting could save you a ticket. Design with Purpose has created over 33 healing spaces throughout Orange County. We're here checking out what goes into turning an empty room into a calming retreat for kids. So many of us are dependent on our smartphones, but what price are you willing to pay to stay connected? The new tariffs might have you rethinking just how much you rely on this little device. Since Inauguration Day, protests and rallies have swept through the nation, similar to this one going on behind me by SoCal Uprising. College students across the nation gather to remember the tens of thousands killed since the start of the Israeli-Hamas war 1 year ago. As you can see behind me, a memorial is setting up on campus now. Riding a bike to work for fun or just to go from A to B can easily take a wrong turn into the danger zone. With over 10,000 injuries and more than 100 deaths per year in California, bicyclists are at risk every time they take to the roads.
As I ride through town, I'm like constantly on alert for what's this crazy driver going to do. You know, I've had incidents where drivers just don't see you and you're driving down the road and all of a sudden they turn right into you, and so you got to stop super quickly.
With 13 volunteer-led chapters, Bike LA is a nonprofit geared to change that through its LA County Bicycle Master Plan for safer roads.
Our mission is to make LA a more livable place by making it more bikeable, more walkable, and easier for people to use transit.
LA has one of the highest rates of death for cyclists across the country, and despite a downward trend in overall bike fatalities, Kaufman had this to say about a recent upward trend in road violence.
We're seeing more and more aggressive driving, especially against people who are women, people who are black or brown. We're actually seeing an uptick in that type of targeted violence.
Bicyclist Jordan Blaquera and his furry passenger Benny are well known on the streets of Laguna Beach, and he shared what concerns him most when enjoying their favorite hobby.
I'm not riding in the dark anymore, because when I'm at night, I see people riding in the dark with all the lights. It doesn't help. Somebody doing 50 miles an hour may not see you and not hit you intentionally. It can happen.
High speed limits, poor street lighting, and a lack of designated bike lanes are some of the top reasons bikers are less safe on the roads. Reach out to your local government to find out what they're doing to make the streets safer for you and your fellow riders. This is Liz Hanna reporting from Laguna Beach for BTVN. Back to you at the desk. We're here at the University of Southern California, where protesters clashed with campus police in an occupation that started when tents were being carried onto Alumni Park. Campus police issued a tactical alert calling in the LAPD to help clear tents and monitor the pro-Palestinian protesters. While most people we talked to say the protest was peaceful, we did hear reports from some students that the confrontation got heated, and almost 100 were arrested. I talked to several USC students about their experiences today, and they wanted to remain nameless.
They tried to arrest someone, but what happened was all the people just surrounded the cop car, and so he couldn't move, and they had to let the person go. And so that kind of escalated the situation a little bit, but honestly it was mostly peaceful.
Protesters are demanding that the university separate from organizations that they say profit from Israeli apartheid, genocide, and occupation in Palestine. Some say they have heard protesters using what they feel is anti-Semitic hate speech, and there are reports of vandalism, standoffs, and altercations that compromise the safety of campus officers. However, others feel that the police presence felt threatening and unnecessary.
No justice, no peace. No racist police. No racist police.
Free speech is being confused with hate speech, and there's no hate going on here. We're just voicing our concerns. We see what's happening in Palestine and Gaza, and all we're speaking is just we're voicing our concerns, nothing more.
The campus was shut down with only students, faculty, and staff allowed in until protesters were forced off campus and took to the streets.
By private institutions such as our own university, and we can't support that type of we're the ones that pay for this university, and we can't support our money going there. It's not just in Gaza, it's everybody. No one is free until everyone is free, and as long as this oppression is going on, we're all being oppressed.
The campus remains closed until further notice. Reporting live from USC, Liz Hanna, Beach TV News.